última vez. Y enséñame ese pasito que no sé. Un besito bien suavecito, bebé. Taqui, 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 rumba.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I did this look for you guys today. This is kind of like a cranberry, maroon, burgundy makeup look, whatever you guys want to call it. And I'm super excited because as we're enrolling into the month of December, Christmas and New Year is just around the corner. And I have lots of looks planned out for you guys, like a lot of glittery looks. By the way, I'm super excited for Priyanka Chopra's look as well. I can't wait to recreate her wedding makeup look because I'm super excited. I hope it's a better one this time. Anyways, without further ado, let's dig right into the makeup. First thing first, I'm going to spray my face with makeup setting spray by Maybelline. This actually helps take away any thing on my face and helps prepare it for the next step, which is the foundation. For foundation today, I'm using Huda Beauty foundation. It's currently one of my most favorite foundation just because I like foundation that dries matte. I don't like too liquidy foundation. However, I do like Maybelline. Yeah, I think that's matte too actually. Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless is also matte. I don't know why. I don't have super dry skin. I don't have super dewy skin or like oily skin, but I do have super matte skin. But I don't know why I still go for matte foundation because I feel that they don't crack throughout the day, which I like. But I also don't like too drying foundation. Anyways, moving on to the highlight. For that, I'm using my L'Oreal True Match Concealer. And after I have blended this concealer out, I actually realized that it didn't really highlight my face too much because it was, I would do highlight like this if I'm going outside for maybe a simple party or like maybe work, but I didn't like it because it didn't highlight my face too much. So I'm gonna go over with another concealer, and that is the MAC Studio Fix Concealer. Sorry, what am I saying? I can't speak today. MAC Studio Fix Concealer in shade NC30. And this is the one, and I believe this is their new concealer. And honestly, you will see what I'm talking about. The coverage is amazing. The coverage is amazing. It feels like a thicker version of the Studio Fix foundation, and I genuinely love Studio Fix foundation by MAC a lot. It's one of my top pick for clients because it suits literally all kind of skin tone. I love it, and all kind of skin types as well. So to set my under eyes, I'm going to be using Laura Mercier's translucent powder. But before I place that powder underneath my eyes, I always like to blend it out because, I don't want lines to form, and I don't want to go, with my powder on top of those lines, making them look more prominent. So I want to blend it out properly, and then I just quickly go into the powder and I just dab the powder right underneath my eyes, so that way no lines are formed as I'm setting those areas. So once it's done, it's time to move on to highlighter. For that, I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Highlight and Contouring Palette. And the shade I'm using, it's Banana shade. And what I'm doing here is I'm brightening my under eyes a little bit more. Now, I like to do this. It's my personal preference. Not everybody has to follow this. But whenever I'm going for a darker eyeshadow color, like for instance, like I'm using black smoky eyes, brown smoky eyes, like today I'm using cranberry smoky eyes. So I like to kind of brighten my under eyes a little bit so it doesn't make me look like a zombie, doesn't make me look like a raccoon eye. Now for contour, I'm pretty much actually going over with my Hoola Bronzer by Benefit Cosmetics. Now, a lot of times I know a lot of people say, and I know this is a rule, you're not supposed to contour your face with a bronzer, but sometimes I like it, especially when I'm using this Benefit Hoola Bronzer, just because the shade of this contour, it's pretty much similar to the shade of Fawn by Anastasia Beverly Hills, but this shade particularly is not too gray. It's kind of like in the middle. It's not too gray, not too warm. Now for my nose contouring, I'm using my most favorite brush, 5FS by Inglot Cosmetics. This brush, I've been using it literally on myself and my client for their nose contour specifically because it contours the nose so beautifully. Now for my brows, I'm going to be using, it's called Browtones 3D Browtones Benefit. It's a brow mascara, and I'm just using that to take off any powder that was sitting on my eyebrows. And then I'm just going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in shade Dark Chocolate, and I'm just going to fill in any sparse areas around my brows and make it look more defined and beautiful. And I'm going to, I think I'm going to go and make my eyebrows a little darker than what I would do normally, just because my eyes are going to be so dark. I don't want it to overpower my brows and make me look like I have no brows, so I'm going to make my brows a little more intense. So once the brows are done, I'm going to use the other side of the pencil, and that is the spoolie, and I'm just going to brush out my brows more so that the colors are evenly spread out. And I'm just going over with my brow mascara one more time to set the brows in place. Now I've already done one of my eyes, so I'm going to work on my other eye. And first thing first, I'm actually using a NYX liquid lipstick. So the color that I'm using, it's called Cherry Skies by NYX Cosmetics. And this is their NYX liquid lipstick. So what I'm doing is I'm placing it all over my lid area, and I'm going over with MAC 221 brush and blending out the edges. So once I'm done with blending the edges, I'm going to be using this palette by Huda Beauty it's called Mauve Obsession, and the first color that I'm using, it's kind of like a mauve pink color, and I'm using a big fluffy brush to apply that all around the crease. And I'm just, pretty much going over it. Now I'm using a separate brush just because that brush had so much products on it. It's not going to help me blend it. In fact, it's going to deposit more and more eyeshadow. So I'm using a clean brush just to blend out the edges more evenly. The next color that I'm using, it's a more like a dark maroon, cranberry, burgundy kind of look. And I'm just dabbing that all over my lid. And the best part is I used a similar color liquid lipstick. Now that is going to definitely act as a very good base for me, because now the color is going to look more prominent, deeper and darker. And here I'm just using that color on my inner corners. So this palette doesn't really have any names attached to their colors individually. So, it's a very self-explanatory and kind of like I'm showing you the colors on the screen, and that's how you can tell you which color I'm using. I can't really tell you the names. Anyways, moving on to my mascara. For that, I'm using my Lise Watier mascara. And for my lower lash, I'm using a nude color pencil by Inglot Cosmetics, just to make my eyes more pop, because honestly I find like anything that has to do with smoky eyeshadows always make my eyes look small, and that's the reason why I like wearing contact lenses with it, to make my eyes pop, or apply this white liner to make my eyes pop again. Now for lashes, I'm using Ardell lashes. These are the Demi Wispies. And the reason why I like this, because they are so thin, the whole band is so thin that it just sits just right on top of your real lashes, and that makes it look really beautiful. Especially for this look, I'm not going to be using a liner because it's really no use. Like, even if I use an eyeliner, it's not going to really show. So that's the reason why I kind of extended my outer corners more like in a winged way. And I'm using a darker shadow now to just go over those glue areas, because my glue is actually white color, so it's showing. So I'm just going to cover that up. And I'm also using that dark color on the outer lower part of my eyes to make my eyes look more like, you know, like a winged look. And I'm using this light vanilla shade color on top of my brow bones. And I feel like that just, you know, brought the look together. It's really looking good. I actually didn't picture the makeup to be like this. I just went with the flow. I was like, yeah, you guys want burgundy, so let's just find a burgundy palette and let's get to the bottom of it. And yeah, I was like, yeah, let's do it. And you know, it turned out like this, and I actually ended up loving the look. Not just liking it, but loving it, because it turned out really beautiful. And now that everything is done, I'm going to set all of that using my makeup setting spray. For my highlighter, I'm using my favorite highlighter. These are the Becca highlighter, and it is in the shade Opal. For some reason, I always loved Becca highlighter. Like, I've used so many other highlighters and I keep coming back to Becca. Or there's another one called Bobbi Brown, and currently I also like Maybelline. These are some really nice highlighters. Like, they give you that wet look, and that's why I like it. I don't like highlighters to look super duper powdery. I want it to look more shinier, but at the same time look subtle at the same time as well. Now for blush, I'm using this blush called Modern Mandarin by MAC, and you know, whenever I like to apply a whole bunch of blush, I just go for Modern Mandarin, because no matter how much you apply, it always looks so beautiful and natural. For my lipstick, I'm using Fenty Beauty Uncuffed liquid lipstick, and this is the same color like the Mauve palette by Huda Beauty. Like, one of the colors matches, one of the eyeshadow colors actually matches this liquid lipstick color. So I was like, wow, that actually is just perfect. Like, this is a beautiful nude, mauve nude-ish color. I like it, and at the same time it's not washing my lips out, which is good. So yeah, if you guys are concerned, by the way, it's been 4 weeks ever since I've done my lip fillers, and now the craziness is going down. By the way, I'll tell you honestly, the lip fillers stays for about like 5 months, not even, just like maybe 4 or 3 months, something like that, up to 3 to 4 months. So yeah, you know, there's nothing crazy about it. Like, it depends if you want to fill it up or not, like whatever. I might actually fill it up, because I don't like how my top lips were always small, and I was tired of putting a lip liner and extending it. Anyways, so this is basically the end look of this makeup look. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this tutorial. This was the most requested look, to do a burgundy look. I kind of sort of combined everything in one. I did a burgundy, cranberry, and like, what else? What is this other one called? Oh my god, I forgot. Okay, anyways, basically all of them together mixed into this look, and I think this look just turned out beautiful and perfect, and I think I'll definitely wear this even if I'm going for a date night. I think this is a very sexy look. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. By the way, my earrings are from H&M, if you guys are wondering. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time on my next video. Till then, take care. And I also have a little clip of my makeup look under the natural light, so you guys can see the difference between the studio and the natural light. I don't think there's a much difference, although I think it looks much better in the natural light, but whatever. As long as the makeup is good, it's good. Thank you so much. Hope to see you next time on my next video. Till then, take care, and do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.